Well, today marks 4 years since Paul Whelan was detained in Russia.
The 52-year-old from Novi was arrested at a Moscow hotel in December of 2018 on espionage charges. In 2020, Whelan was sentenced to 16 years in prison. Today, the Biden administration said securing Whelan's release remains a top priority. Megan Woods joins us live, and Megan, Paul's family simply wants to get him home.
That's right, Pamela. Paul's family is saying today is a marker of their suffering, while Secretary of State Antony Blinken is sticking to his word. He's not only saying that Paul Whelan is wrongfully detained, but he's saying that he is committed to bringing Paul home.
He's still in a Russian labor camp, and I think it's very difficult for people to comprehend that someone can be in this position for so long and that the U.S. government isn't able to impact the case.
That was David Whelan, Paul's twin brother, 1 year ago today, as he reflected on 3 years since his brother was detained in Russia on espionage charges that the U.S. government say are baseless. Now, as today marks the 4th year, David Whelan says in a statement, quote, "Today is the 1,461st day that Paul has been held hostage by the Russian Federation. Russian authorities entrapped him 4 years ago today. How do you mark such an awful milestone when there's no resolution in sight?" David Whelan goes on to talk about Paul's suffering as well as their family's suffering, while also thanking the U.S. government's efforts in trying to get Paul home. U.S. officials were hoping to include Paul Whelan in the prisoner swap earlier this month involving WNBA star Brittany Griner and convicted Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout. Today, Secretary of State Antony Blinken made it very clear in a statement that Whelan's return is a priority, saying, quote, "His detention remains unacceptable, and we continue to press for his immediate release at every opportunity. I am committed to bringing home Paul and all U.S. hostages and wrongful detainees held around the world." We mentioned earlier the Brittany Griner exchange. Paul Whelan's family was supportive of her freedom, but of course were expressing their fears and concern when it comes to what that meant for Paul. Reporting live, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
All right, Megan, thank you.